fourth grade, Mrs. Schwinger here. A very long time ago, I made you a promise. It was way back in October when we first started playing the recorder, and I made you a promise that when we finished playing recorder for the year, I would show you all of my weird sizes of recorders. Now, you might not remember that I made that promise, but I do, and I'm a woman of my word. So here I am. I'm going to show you all my weird recorders that I have at my house. So this is just a soprano recorder. This is the recorder that you've been playing all year long. Normal old B-A-G. Now this recorder, the soprano recorder, is kind of in the middle on sizes. There are some that are smaller and there are some that are bigger. So I'm going to go smaller first. Here's the soprano, the one that we played. This one here is the sopranino. You can see it's quite a bit smaller. All the holes are in the exact same spot. There's still one on the back. So when you do B-A-G on your soprano recorder, that's not the same thing that happens on the sopranino. This is E-D-C. And it's actually E space, face in the space, F-A-C-E. This E up here is what you would play with B. So it's going to sound quite a bit higher when I play it. So there's the sopranino. There is a recorder that's even smaller than the sopranino. This is the Garklin recorder. I'll hold it up to my soprano, the one that you played in class, so you can see it's a little tiny one, isn't it? And it's adorable. Now when you play B-A-G, that's exactly the same thing that happens on the Garklin, B-A-G. But it's kind of like low do to high do. This is high do this time. It's going to sound exactly the same, but everything's going to be in a full octave higher. When it was B down low, now it's going to be way up high. So here's the Garklin. Baby Garklin, he's so cute. Okay, so that's the smaller recorders. Let's get bigger this time. Okay, so I'm going back to the soprano. This is your recorder that you had in class. The next biggest one is the alto recorder. I have to move it back so you can see how much bigger it is. Now, very similar to the sopranino, instead of B-A-G, you get E-D-C again. But this E is going to be lower. So when I play E here, that's the same thing as if I did E here on your soprano. It's going to sound quite a bit lower, quite a bit deeper sound on the alto recorder than you would get on your soprano. Alto recorder. If you're a Harry Potter fan, the theme in Prisoner of Azkaban, where Lupin's on the bridge and they're talking, the main instrument, alto recorder. It's a beautiful sound. And I've got one more recorder for you. This is the tenor recorder. You can see how giant he is. And the tenor recorder is all the same fingerings as you had on your soprano. So we're back to B-A-G, but you can see Mr. Schwinger has an adult-sized hand, and I really have to stretch my fingers to be able to play it. Now, different on the tenor recorder than you had on the other ones, I've got keys down here at the bottom that kind of look like the woodwind family, like the flute and the clarinet and the oboe. Because the tenor recorder is so big, my hands can't reach all the way down here to be able to play low C. So the tenor recorder has a key at the bottom that I can push that will cover up the hole. So we're back to B-A-G, but it's the same as it was with the Garklin. When your soprano was high do, this is going to be low do. It's going to be all the same notes, B-A-G-E-D, all the stuff we learned in class, but it's a full 8 steps lower than your soprano was. So here's a little bit of tenor. You have to have really wide, slow air to make the tenor work. So those are my weird sizes of recorders. There's actually a bigger recorder than the tenor. There's a bass recorder. It looks a lot like a bassoon. The bass recorder is very big and very, very expensive. A bass recorder costs like $240. So Mrs. Ringer doesn't have one. Maybe someday. So I'm good on my promise now. I told you I would show you the weird sizes of recorders. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, 4th grade. Take care.